Hi, Nicole. I'm so happy. Finally. Let's do a game. So you choose any number from 1 to 10, and I will give you clues, but you have to guess the word in 30 seconds.
Okay, I'm ready.
Dapat 30 seconds lang. Okay. Choose any number from 1 to 10.
5.
This is the way to invest where you don't worry about whether the market is up or down.
Cost averaging.
Yay! Very good. Okay. Again. What's that? Okay. Next number. We should
2.
both get a prize for this. Okay. It's a slice of a company.
A share. Stock.
Very good. Yay. One more time. Next number.
8.
Ooh. You earn it if you invest.
Dividends.
And you pay it if you have debt.
Interest.
Very good. Last one.
10.
Oh man. You always see this in the news every month. It is about the cost of living. How it goes up.
Inflation.
Very good. Yay! The first time I saw your YouTube video, I said, that's our personal finance baby.
So for those watching, I've known Miss Salve since 2016. I actually learned about her during it was more of a finance convention, personal finance talk. And I was so aliw with the way she talked because that was the first time I really understood, oh my God, this is what personal finance could do.
So it was very interesting when at first I learned about your story that you took in to parang chinutor mo this, was it a turon vendor?
Sampaguita vendor. I don't know, I would just notice because syempre the Sampaguita vendor would always be there. And from time to time, I would see students just pass her by, not even buying her Sampaguita. So I would buy Sampaguita with her, from her. Then from time to time, we would strike up conversations. I would learn more things about her. Then one day, I saw that she had an apo. So his name was Cedric. And because I stayed late at school because of extracurricular activities, I thought of inviting him like to come inside the gate and then magkwentuhan with him. Yeah, wala lang. It was a fun experience. I learned that he loves to read. He was 8 at that time, I think, turning 8. So he told me he loves to read, but then he's not good at English. So I thought, I'll just bring him books.
Yeah, but tinuruan mo sila mag-alkansya, di ba?
Yes, I was teaching him yung mga savings, like 5 pesos a day.
And so we had a short segment about you in On the Money, and then one day I saw on Facebook, nasa UP ka na. And this time, you were trying to help a UP vendor, no? Na nagkasakit ba siya?
Yes. Actually, same story then. I would strike up a conversation, and over time, as I conversed more with them. I found out na Ate Amor was her name. She had a heart problem, and then remember a lot of the UP vendors, even it's a big problem here in the Philippines, mga 5-6. So they had a lot of loans, mga utang that they weren't able to pay off, and she had a lot of medicine. So yeah, I was really thinking, how could I possibly help? So syempre, using my personal finance knowledge, I was also telling them, you should save, you should do those things. Ganun.
What happened to you afterwards? Ano na yung update on you? There's COVID, so you're still continuing school, but you're also interning at PDAX, no?
Mm-hmm. Yes. So
How
currently, I keep myself busy. I'm able to keep myself busy even though I'm always at home.
I see your YouTube videos, very busy.
Yes. So I'm currently a third-year student nga at UP, taking up a degree in political science. And I'm also interning at PDAX as a business development intern. And besides that, I've always wanted to make videos. I've liked making videos ever since I was younger. And I wanted to start a YouTube channel. I just didn't know what. But during the quarantine, I just thought, I'll just start. I like talking about finance. Boring na yung mga friends ko that I keep talking about finance with them. So I'll just make videos about finance.
Parang hobby lang ito. So it's really your quarantine babies, your YouTube channel pala.
Yes.
Huh. You know what you do? You make finance fun. You make it easier to understand. You make it well, hindi naman super bite-sized, pero in chunks so that people can
Mm-hmm.
absorb things better. And I think we need a lot more like you in the industry. We don't take ourselves too seriously. Kasi, di ba, when it's too serious, parang ayoko na manood eh.
That's like I remember like, a conversation I had with you the other day. It's like you need to be able to speak their language. It's not a show of knowledge. It's not a competition. I know these finance terms and you don't, so I'm showing off my knowledge. No, that's not the way to get people to learn. I think because I am not one also to be very complex with the way I explain things. I also dumb it down for myself so that I'm able to process it more. So I guess in the process, win-win na rin. That's how my videos are able to communicate the ideas I want to portray.
So your videos have the effect of I'm trying to learn this, sabayan nyo ko. Parang ganun, no? Parang
Yes.
come and learn with me as I learn new things. Of course, you're not starting from scratch because unlike other kids, you started early. I mean, meron ka ng on-the-money video na interview eh. Hindi ka pa gumagraduate. Parang kakagraduate mo lang yata ng high school nun. So question, how has financial literacy changed you personally?
Yes. So one of like growing up, I always didn't know what I wanted to do. Like when I grow up, diba, in high school, you get this crisis na, what am I gonna do for the rest of my life? Syempre, you need to be practical, diba? With the courses you choose, you need a high-paying job, those kinds of things. But now, since I've learned more about financial literacy, financial education, financial responsibility, and also with like the process of me learning through other videos on YouTube, with people sharing their financial journey, I think being financially literate and being financially responsible affords you freedom. That's really at the end of the day why I'm so focused on it now, because that's what I really understand. Managing money, I think sharing this also, my journey along with the people who do watch me, is to make them understand that it's important to manage your finances, not just because for the sake of it, but it actually affords you a level of freedom that you wouldn't have otherwise if you don't manage your finances properly.
Let's deepen that further. Freedom to choose the career you want because you are not dependent on a particular salary, no? Or even freedom to quit when you want to quit. Is that the kind of freedom that you're thinking of?
Yes. It's really one of the biggest things for me talaga is I'm scared of money having control over my life, over the decisions that I make. If you want to do things that are kind of like out of your comfort zone, you need to be able to prepare yourself at least. Maybe that means financially, if you want to jump into a career path which doesn't seem practical, you need to have some financial safety net. But even if you you just want to live a normal life, I think a lot of arguments, conflicts, fights in the family, fights with other people, usually there's an underlying aspect of money involved. And that's really what I don't want to happen with me. That's why when I said I don't want money to be controlling over my decisions. So as much as possible, I do want to manage my money responsibly so that won't be a factor that will take over my life.
True. Well, case in point, like if a kid wants to be an artist or a dancer or something like that, and the parent says, but you won't be able to live on that. Diba? I mean, there are always realities. Like every decision has a financial aspect to it, but sometimes the pressure is lessened when we are already financially secure. But how about your savings and investments? Could you share already what are your milestones? What have you achieved so far? Pakita naman natin sa kanila na, it works. It really does.
So, I'm more on the face. Syempre, I do acknowledge that I come with a level of privilege. My parents are supportive of me. Like, I don't have to worry about, like, unlike other people who have to work a part-time student, like, it's a necessity for them to do it. I acknowledge that I come from a level of privilege, and I do know that my financial achievements, wouldn't be possible had I not had this background. But still, I guess I think the achievements nga is having investments in stocks. I have mutual funds, index funds. Those are the usual boring advice that people give. But, time in the market will beat out. Like, it's good in the long run. And my financial responsibilities, I don't think I would have any to show off yet. Because nga, I'm in the process of really working my own. That's where I'm driving right now. I need to be able to build my own financial standing. I need to create income for myself. So I don't think I'm at the level of showing off yet, or it's never good to show off, honestly.
It's true. Yeah.
But yeah, in lang. I guess I
Yes,
have. Sorry, I have investments. I have an emergency fund, and those things I think are very important. They are milestones, but they're not something I feel like it's worth showing off because I don't feel like I worked enough for it yet.
Yeah. So how old are you? 17? So tama ba?
I'm 20.
Oh, 20 na. Oo nga naman. So you're a 20-year-old undergrad with your own emergency money, right? And your own portfolio consisting of stocks, index funds, other kinds of mutual funds, I suppose. How about
Yes, I have. I don't have
right?
bonds. I have retail treasury bonds, so that's the RTB24. I made a video about that then. I have crypto and other investments. So when I started out, I was really like, oh, what else can I put my money to? Oh, how does this work? How does this work? That's the type of person I am. I really want to try every option first so that I can make the best decision. But syempre that comes with risks also, mistakes.
How do you choose money? How do you choose stocks?
For stocks, okay, I don't have any stocks anymore. I sold them off and I converted them to index funds. But when choosing stocks, it's really important. Like financial, fundamental analysis and technical analysis plays a part. What is this company? Who's running this company? The team behind. Also, their financial standing. Is this business making money? Are they innovating? Yeah, those things are important to consider. But I'm not investing in individual stocks anymore because one, I don't really have enough capital to diversify my portfolio enough if I were to choose individual stocks. Two, I also don't have enough time to really pick stocks. I think I would just leave that to the experts. Kaya nga, I buy funds instead. Yeah, and that's usually my basis of picking things out. But when it comes to picking investments, other investments, syempre, I tried other things out, making sure they're not scams. Really doing a lot of research beforehand. Everything is Googleable.
Yeah. Thank God.
Everything is Googleable. I think that's one of the things that people really need to be aware of na. All of this information that we know, it's not really behind anything. It's free to learn. I think it's one of the nicest thing about the age that we live in with the internet and with social media. Anything you want to learn, you can learn for free. You just really need to take the time to really go into it and search for the information.
That's right. Now, you're also very entrepreneurial. I remember watching one of your IG videos when you were selling, was it books or pens or jackets? I remember that. You are also into that. But what are your top three best financial moves so far?
Top 3 best financial moves. I guess currently it's really just rebalancing my portfolio. That's something I'm proud of with my financial habits is really something I'm proud of is establishing proper financial habits. So I am not a gastadora. I don't spend carelessly because I realized at a young age, I think I made a video about this also, the time value of money, because a lot of people just spend money carelessly. But I think I watched a video before and that said to equate money as time. So it's not just 100 pesos. That's like how many hours of your life that you work in exchange for. And when framing that, it really makes me double think if ever I'm about to spend a big sum of money. Is that worth exchanging my life for? Yeah. And I guess other financial moves, it's just starting early. That's I think I'm fortunate to have stumbled upon.
When did you start? At what age?
18. So when I was legal, open all of my accounts, test things out. But I'm also fortunate that I started saving at a young age. My mom really emphasized that you need to save. Even though I didn't know what I was saving for, I also like saving, like just writing out the.
Alcanza, envelope, banco.
So
At
it was
what
more.
age? 5 years old?
Uh, I don't know. I just remember after every school year, my mom would just give us our deposit slips, and then we would like count the money, write it down on the deposit slip, and then she would just deposit it to the bank. I don't know where it went. I just know it went somewhere. But I understood now. Like I turned 18, and then as I educated myself more, I said, "Mom, I want to start allocating my own finances." Because all of those years built up of savings, I'm fortunate that I was able to do that. That means it afforded me to have an even earlier start, not like 18, now I need to make money. No, I had stuff saved over from when I was younger.
Mm-mm. Do you think being a gastadora is a common pitfall among young people?
Yes. A very simple answer.
Big fat yes yung sagot mo. Why is that?
I think it comes with when you start earning your own money, no? Like parang finally you're free. It's your own money and you want to treat yourself. It's a problem. Like I'm not saying it's bad to spend. It's fine to spend. But it becomes a problem when you spend uncontrollably. When you're racking up huge amounts of debt, or you're not being able to pay for your necessities because you already spent it on your wants. That's when it becomes a problem. So, I don't know.
Well, that's a lesson that even the old people, they fail at that.
Yeah.
Everybody fails at that at some point.
But really, with these finances, it's nothing complicated. Personal finance is a simple topic. It's very simple. You just need to save more than you spend. That's it. Yeah. But people tend to complicate it because you have to play mind games with yourself. So whether or not you're going to spend on a certain thing, you have to like control your urges now. No, I don't want to buy that just because it's new and shiny. It's constant mind games. But at the end of the day, it's just very simple. You just need to keep more than you put out.
Ano ba yung urges ngayon ng mga kabataan? I mean, it's definitely different from ours during our time, which was maybe 100 years ago. Ano yung common urges nyo ngayon? A lot of people before COVID spent a lot of money on Grab. Those people who don't have cars, hindi lang nila napapansin na kaga-Grab, that's like upwards of 100,000 pesos in a year's time. What else do you guys spend on now?
I think it's just because of e-commerce, Shopee, Lazada, it's so much easier to buy now. And sometimes, personally, I do feel the urge that I want something. Given the advertisements, diba? It makes it look so cool. New clothes. Or when you see your YouTubers using a new, like, stationery set. Yung mga ganun. Like, when you see other people...
Stationery set? Oh, mahilig ka sa papel.
Yes, marami akong notebooks. I have so many notebooks. But I stopped na nga because I'm able to control I'm not perfect. I'm not saying I'm perfect, but more or less, at least I'm able to control. But those things, when you see other people, I guess, having certain things, and that makes you want it. I don't know. I can't really speak. I don't think I can speak for other people.
Do you realize that of all the generations alive in the world today, young people from 0 to 22 or 23 have experienced more financial crises than any other person alive. So I don't know if that creates a trust issue between young people and financial markets, or the ability of money to grow over time, or do they have some feeling na whatever I do, even if I save and invest, the market, the system is screwed, and this is not going to work anyway. What is the difference, you think, of young people today when it comes to money with the older generations?
I see this a lot, like when people have articles na millennials are a screwed up generation or Gen Z because there's a lot of debt, inflation, like the generations before them had it easier because the value of their money was bigger. But it's not wise to screw the system. I mean, like you need to find a way to make the system work for you. Just because like the money is devaluing, those kinds of things doesn't mean that you're not gonna manage your responsibility, manage your finances anymore, because it's still you on the losing side if you do that. But I don't think there's a difference in generations. I think But yeah, I do agree that I think it is harder now because the value of money is much weaker than it was before, and it's a lot more competitive even in the job market. Before you can just go by with a college education, but now what even is the value of a college education if
Or
everyone has a
MBA.
college degree?
Right.
So there are those difficulties, syempre. But I think you should be able to find workarounds. That's a big thing I always tell my son. If there's something that I want, I need to be able to figure out what I need to do in order to get the thing that I want. So if I want a certain job, if I want to reach a certain goal, I really need to figure out how to make that happen for me. Because no one else is going to make it happen for me, except for me.
Which leads me to my next question. What do you want in life? Like, it's your vision board. This is one of the things that we'll always be doing in the Salvo Says YouTube channel, because we want every financial plan to start with a vision board.
Mhm.
It anchors everything and it guides your timeline. It guides your time investment horizon. It guides everything. And I think if you start a financial planning exercise without a vision board, it's going to be very, very dangerous. So in your vision board, what's in there?
I'm just the type of person that there's not the things that I want aren't very specific. I don't want to I want to save 1 million pesos. I want to have a house by this age. I don't really work towards specificities. I don't work towards specifics. More of just establishing a fundamental basis and then focusing on the process more than the outcome.
Very quickly, because I'm very challenged. She said, you don't work towards specificities, but I would like you to spend just 1 minute of your time thinking about today as your 60th birthday. So I want to greet you, happy birthday! Yay! So if today is your 60th birthday, what do you see? What are the things that you're enjoying that you think will spark joy in your life?
Ooh, Marie Kondo.
Yes.
um,
Let's do Marie Kondo of money.
this is this is always challenging. I don't think so far ahead, but
Yes.
I
So
see.
let's try. You
60
want
years
a house?
old. That
Your
is so
own
far.
house?
Yes, I will eventually want to have my own. Yeah, I think it ties in with having my own thing, my own business, my
Yes.
own house, those things. So
So
my own house.
with how many car garage?
Oh my! I don't envision myself in a big house. I
Aha,
think
small lang.
yeah.
But in Metro Manila, in the city or outside the city?
Ayun, that's hard. I don't know if I want to stay here or abroad. Syempre, I want to explore. But at 60,
A few moments later.
but I guess just simple. I don't have any grand visions for myself.
Mhm.
But at the end of I guess when thinking at the end of my life, no. What I want to have achieved is having in whatever way it is, like having some sort of impact on other people.
Yes.
With a community. It's not I don't focus too much on myself. I don't see anything for myself. I mean, like just the bare necessities, I guess, like where I'm comfortably living. Maybe that does mean I have my own house. I have my own car. Maybe a family. We'll see. But yeah, very bare necessities. What do we even need as people? It's just companionship and just being able to live day to day comfortably.
So at that point, how would you be serving other people? What would be the best way, you think? I think that's your focus. And profiling.
No. I'm just thinking. Oh, if am I gonna be a YouTuber until then? 40 years down. Will YouTube even exist?
A few moments later.
Wherever I may go. Basta I am aligned with my own principles. Is this what I want to be doing? Am I happy where I am at? What else do I want to do? Like it's dynamic. It's a dynamic process.
Parang free spirit. But in order to do that and in order to be of service to your community, you have to have enough savings in your savings and investments. How much money do you think Nicole will have when she's 60?
Oh,
How
man.
much in the bank account and how much in the investment account?
I'm thinking of I think you do know like fire movement, right? Those kinds of things. I don't have my fire number to work towards, but
So if this is the minimum requirement, would you double that? Are you the type who will have enough so that you can help other people? Should it be
Yeah.
double or yeah, double?
Yeah. It's
Okay.
not like exactly for me. Yung parang, I know 4% withdrawal rule, those kinds of things. Na, I want to be in a place where I'm just living off of my investments, other sources of income, where I don't need to actively work to produce income. That's where I want to be. So I think, yeah, nga, those.
You. Thank you. I hope you had fun. Thank you so much for
That was
sharing
fun.
everything. Yes, it was fun, and I hope that you will have all the success that you need in YouTube as a content creator so that you can reach more people. We need young people's voices, especially in finance, because this is not for the old and boring. This field is for the young, wild, and free also. Thank you, Nicole. Thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much.
much, Miss Salve, for having me over here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Yay!
Bye.